Yes, sir.
Sean and Jordan both had talked about the difficulty of trying to, clear your mind during the bye week. Did you feel, with the passion for you, that you have for this game, that it was difficult for you to do the same?
Yeah, because I, how the game ended, so everybody had that on the forefront of their brain. Everybody was just like, wish it would have ended a little better. Wish we could get back out there and kind of redeemed ourselves. So, but you had to take a second to kind of, reflect and think about where we are, where we're trying to go, and think about what you can do, especially individually. He preached to us. We came back like 111. Everybody doing their part. So, you sure wanted to get back out here and get active. So it was exciting to get back out here. We had a good day too, and some nice weather. Hopefully it carries over to the weekend.
What did you learn? A lot of guys have referenced how the feeling's the same after last year's bye week to this one, coming off a tough loss. You guys went on a serious run after that. What was it about after the bye week, after that tough loss, that you remember that you think you can apply this time around to go on another run?
It's just crazy, like last year how we lost at the end of the game, and then this year we lost kind of similar, not in the same way, but similar, just losing at the end of the game and how we lost, and just knowing what kind of team that we have, knowing that the things that we can do better, and looking at the past 6 weeks or whatever, and saying like, oh, what areas can we be better in? I feel like we haven't played our best ball. We played some good ball. But as a unit, we got to keep pushing forward, stay in that little humble area of just, staying at the grind. And everybody knows that we're a good team, but in order to be a good team consistently, you got to be consistent. So just tighten up in some areas.
A lot's been made of the red zone struggle. Talk to
Yeah.
Josh a little bit about it. From your perspective, what changes when you get down there? What makes it tougher when you're going through maybe a little bit of a slump there?
Well, I don't know. I think he said like we just needed to kind of like execute better as a unit. Things do get tighter down there, and with things being tighter, you got to be, routes got to be crispier, throws got to be tighter. It's gonna be smaller windows, and you got to work as a unit. Even at the end of the game, feel like we didn't help ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We probably could have did some things differently, especially at the wideout position. We had 2 plays early on that we could have, made some plays on it or did whatever. But you don't get those back. And looking back at it, I feel like those shortcomings kind of like carry us over to the second half, especially the second half of the season. You see where we struggled at and things we could have did better, but now you can kind of play off that like, all right, we should have just did this or we could have did this. So, there's beauty in the struggle.
How did you go about flushing that Monday night loss?
A little bit of wine, a little bit of I thought about it. I was hurt because you want to win on Monday night. It was definitely a good game. It was exciting. I feel like football this year on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays nights, they've been some good football games that we've been a part of. I wish we came out on the other side with the win, but I just felt like we got to get over it. I'm saying we can't do nothing about it now. We still a good team. We know who we are, and we got to continue to grind. Definitely just like that humbling experience we had against the Steelers. This was definitely another gut shot. Like here, I'm saying make sure you stay on your ground. Make sure y'all continue to get better and carry on.
Xavier Howard and Byron Jones both are good players, and they like to play man coverage. I mean, do you prepare this week kind of with the mindset that it's going to be a mano challenge this week?
It's going to be a man-to-man game. I watched the game from the first or the second game of the season. Was it the second game? They're definitely a man-to-man team. They play single high and they play bump and run. So it's definitely going to be a challenge for us. They're some of the best corners. They're some of the best athletic, speed, strong. It's definitely going to be a test for us, something that I look forward to, something that, you get to play them twice. So you get another opportunity to play guys. I feel like offensively we didn't play our best ball, and we get another opportunity to go out there this weekend. So I look forward to it. I know the guys are looking forward to it. So, I can't wait.
As good as they are, and they're and you respect your opponent, and as good as those players are, it's surprising that they've given up 20 passes of 25 yards already.
It's just a product of playing man-to-man coverage. It's nothing else because they're not a big zone team. If you're a big zone team, there's usually holes in the zone. But as far as like playing man-to-man, you might give up some deep shots because you're in man-to-man predominantly. So it's really just one-on-one. It's going to be a lot of 50-50 balls. If you play one-on-one the whole game, there's going to be 50-50 balls. So, and they're a good team. Their record could be easily, I guess, they could go in another direction. Like aside from our game, they had some tight games where they lost at the end of the game, like 3 games. So they're I'm sure a good team. When we play teams twice, you got to be prepared because they watch tape too.
Steph,
Yes, ma'am.
hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, good, how are you?
Good.
A few weeks ago when I was here, Josh was kind of in the beat-up Josh mode for mistakes and that kind of thing. And he mentioned that you're the guy in the huddle when that who can kind of get him out of that
Mm-hmm.
mode. How do you do that?
Punch him right in the face. Kidding. Like I try to keep him calm. Like I said, like quarterback is probably the hardest position other than corner or something like that. But quarterback is definitely a hard position. I can't imagine being a quarterback, but his mind is sometimes all over the place, and I can see, you know what I'm saying, in a moment where though you just gotta be, you know what I'm saying, be a friend, you know what I'm saying, not just a teammate, be a friend and just be like, hey, your next play, your best play, you know what I'm saying. Things won't be perfect, but being there for a guy that has so much talent and wants to be perfect at every chance he gets. Be a good friend and just be like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just spin it around. You know what I'm saying? We still in the backyard throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? They just got some cameras on us. So I just try to keep them in a level head and keep them in a good space because, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't make my job hard. It doesn't make my job easier if my man rattled.
Right. Is
What-
it kind of cool? I'm sorry. Is it kind of cool that he's like that? I mean,
Because he's like a big kid. Like, he still play for it, but as much as he's eager to, be perfect in his competitive nature, you kind of got to bring him back a little bit too because, everything won't be perfect and he wants to be perfect. So I respect that from the receiver position. And, you having a quarterback like that and having a guy like that, you can depend on those guys. You know what I'm saying? You're going to go into a bar with those type of guys. Not that I hang out at bars, but if I was to, I would bring them.
No Dawson Knox at least,
Yeah.
for the next probably couple weeks. Who knows? Definitely not this week. What is it about Tommy Sweeney that
T. Sweeney.
has you guys believing that he can fill and get the job now?
I have 100% confidence in T. Sweeney. He's a guy that been here. I feel like I think he was injured last year, but he brings that route running, that technician, that hard worker, that blocker. He brings that mindset that we love on offense, just on our team in general. And I love me some T. Sweeney. I feel like he'll make a lot of plays for us. He does his job extremely well. He can catch it. He has a little bit of craft with him. You know what I'm saying? You can't really see it looking at him, but you watch him, he's gonna make some plays.
How much does it help that you guys are versatile on offense and maybe won't have to just kind of replace Dawson with Tommy, and Gabe Davis probably fits in a role a little bit.
Yeah,
more,
like
too.
it kind of like remember I'm cold. I kind of hit it on it like a couple weeks ago. Having those moving parts, having pieces that you can plug in, and you know what I'm saying. I told you like Gabe was a young player, but he doesn't act like a young player. And then we got a little bit of Jake. You know what I'm saying. Like, we got a couple guys that can come in and make plays at a high level. So it's not too much of a concern when you have depth. You know what I'm saying. Luckily we have depth. Luckily we have guys that can come in like Gabe can come in or T. Swing can come in, and they know the job. You know what I'm saying. They've been there before. They've made plays. They've been in the game before. So having that confidence that, all right, well, we have that next man up mindset. You know what I'm saying. We'll miss our guy. We can't wait to get him back. But the people that we got in, we trust.
Steph, you mentioned the Pittsburgh game, and
Yeah.
it got a little bit set, that setback, and then this one. This team is ultra confident. I
Yeah.
mean, we've listened to you guys from Sean to on down to you, talk confident, and there just seems to be no level of,
Worry.
it's frustrating. Yeah, right. Worried is the right word. What
It's a-
is it that makes this team so, whereas maybe a less mature team might be talking panicked or
Probably like a more like a humble confidence, like that area of like humbly we know who we are, you know what I'm saying? We know what we have, we know the players that we have, and we work at it each and every day. We're not at practice rolling the dice saying like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying, we'll be all right, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we go back to work with the mindset of we need to get better, you know what I'm saying? Those things that we're not doing well, we're gonna work at it until it's perfect, you know what I'm saying? We put some balls on the ground. I had a fumble versus Houston, or like, you know what I'm saying, little stuff like that we feel like those can be pivotal points in the game that can change the game that we need to correct. So as far as like not rolling the dice, coming out here, putting that time in, that's where your confidence comes from. Your confidence comes from the work that you put in. So for us, like we know each and every day we're going out there and grinding. We're not just rolling the dice out on Sunday. So it's like I feel like that's where it's coming from. No real panic. We know our opponent. We respect our opponent, but we're working each and every day to try to win.
Sean's been 4-0 coming out of the bye with the Bills. Is there anything you see that he does differently or that stands out of how he approaches it that's made him so successful?
Coach McDermott?
Yeah.
I don't call him Sean. Not really. I feel like he's that coach that's going to be the same guy. He's not going to come out and, you know what I'm saying, he's not going to be a rah-rah guy. He's a straightforward, he's a straight shooter, and he likes his team to be workers. I feel like he's put together the right kind of team of guys that, go out there and he can kind of like, I'm not saying like just give the reign to, but he can trust his guys. He can trust the guys that he made captains, and even the guys who aren't captains but are leaders on this team. Everybody gonna have the right mindset, and he can kind of be like this. I can trust my guys to lead the way that we need to lead, or like practice the way we need to practice, and hold everybody to the standard. And if it's not, we're gonna hold everybody accountable. You know what I'm saying? For example, like we got this rule: don't walk off the field. Like it starts at the red line, and if you walk off the field, you got 5 push-ups. But I feel like that's an example of just holding everybody to a standard. Even myself, like if I try not to walk off the field, but even if I do it, my guys are like, Steph, let me get 5 push-ups. And that's a way of, holding everybody accountable. You know what I'm saying? Just always have that forward mindset of we don't walk on the field and we don't walk off. We're going to work hard at all times.